Hi, my name's Kathy Skipper and I'm a menopause midwife. In this video, I want to talk about 7 ways that I think, in general, women are disempowering themselves and being disingenuous to themselves instead of empowering themselves through the menopause journey. So, the first one is that women tend to hand their power over to others during menopause. In my menopause programs, I am here to empower women, to guide women or give them roadmaps that are empowering, that help them to find themselves, that help them to find their strength, to learn from what they've been through, to see the patterns in their life and how they can rewrite the narrative. But I think in general, there's all over the internet, there's this feeling that, um, first of all, women need to heal the symptoms that they're experiencing. And so there are all these experts in these symptoms. Maybe some women go to the medical experts who use a lot of scaremongering as well, and statistics in a very patriarchal language. Other women might go to, Pilates or supplements, and that's all good. But don't hand your power over. Listen within. Let yourself be guided by a deeper, more soulful part of yourself rather than the left brain. The left brain is our masculine principle. We can't go through a deeply feminine journey using our masculine principle and be empowered. It doesn't work. Number 2, believing that there's something wrong with you. This is key. And this is all over the internet. This is how our dominant culture at the moment, that is very much about a materialistic view of the world and of us as humans, I think leads women up the wrong path, because all that really is concentrated on is menopause, we're getting old, it's decline, we're going through all these physical symptoms. So there's something wrong with you. Menopause, there's something wrong with you. You should be like you were before. Look what's happening. That's rubbish. It's a liminal stage. It's a stage of change. It's a stage of transformation. It's like the caterpillar when it goes into its chrysalis, it goes into a mush. So there's this whole, and it's a big transformation, 2 to 10 years, but it is not because there's something wrong with us. It's because we are changing. Like at puberty, a young person changes, at menopause, we change. So if we think there's something wrong with us, we're going to then try and find solutions and stop whatever's happening, and we stop our own transformation and we miss it. Number 3, trying to or waiting desperately to get back to normal. Well, this really follows on from number 2. There is no getting back to normal, because there is no normal anymore. When a caterpillar becomes mush in his chrysalis, he's not going to go backwards and become a caterpillar. He's going to become a butterfly, but he doesn't know that. You don't know what you're going to become. But I can tell you, because I've worked with hundreds of women going through perimenopause, it's much, much better and much, much more full of potential to become your true self, which is what the potential is, than to think that you're going to go back to what you were before. It's like you wouldn't get to the last grade of high school and say, oh, actually, I want to go back. I want to go to 8th grade or 9th grade. I don't want to graduate. The same thing. But you don't know what, when you end high school, you don't know what the world is going to offer you, what your life's going to be, but you move forward. And that's what menopause is about. Number 4, seeing perimenopause as a physical experience and nothing more. Well, I've touched on this. It is far more than a physical experience, and you are far more than just a body. You are a whole psyche. Psyche and soul are the same thing. And your psyche is all that you are physically, all that you are emotionally, all that you are psychologically, all that you are spiritually. You are huge. And you have a connection psychically to the collective unconscious. So you're massive. So just concentrating on these physical changes and or wanting to get back to normal, not wanting to change and not liking what's going on, is reducing yourself to basically nothing, to somebody who's going to be, listen to other people and not get to that place that has a lot of potential. Okay, not making clear intentions or being clear about what type of woman you want to become. And I think this is important. It's like anything. You're starting a business. You have to have intentions. What do I want my business to look like? What do I want it to be? What type of income do I want to be making? And it's the same with perimenopause, excuse me. What type of older woman do I have in me and do I want to become? It doesn't mean you're going to become exactly that. We don't know who you're going to become, but it's good to know what your values are, where you're going. I always say to the women in my groups, there are two types of older women in a way. And imagine you're at a family wedding and there was uh, one older woman, Auntie Reenie, and everybody's like, oh, don't, God, I hope she doesn't come and talk to me. She's always moaning. She's never happy. Nothing's ever right. She always says the same thing over and over again. She didn't take menopause in her hands. She didn't say, who do I want to be and what's my role in life? No, she handed it over. Nothing came. She's pissed. Life hasn't turned out. She hasn't reclaimed the parts of herself that would help her to become whole, etc. And then the other side of the room, there's that wacky great aunt who is, she's got a twinkle in her eye, and you just know every time you sit next to her, you have fun. It's fun. She's great. She even just sitting there, she oozes herself. She is authentically herself. Which one do you want to be? Well, you can't just become the one with a twinkle in your eye. You have to go through the deep initiation that is perimenopause. But that's the gift. That's the gift at the end of it. And we can choose. Number 6, not listening to your soul and not learning to speak its language. So staying very much in the mainstream, listening to what everybody's saying about, medicalizing menopause, HRT is the only solution, this and that, and, not going inwards. We have to listen to the language of the soul. We have to go inwards. The caterpillar has to go into its chrysalis. It doesn't get involved in the rest of the world during that period. And in a way, we need to go inwards. We need to carve out that time to reflect, to be with ourselves, to find ourselves, to listen to our souls. And number 7, doing it alone. Staying in your corner, feeling miserable, trying to go back to normal, or listening to something, or taking HRT, but not finding yourself in circle with other women, not sharing, not being with women in an empowering way. So those are just 7 ways that we can empower ourselves rather than disempower ourselves during perimenopause. If you like my videos, please subscribe to my channel. Lots of love.